Without objection.
Well, Madam President, as you know, there are a lot of good things that occur at the end of the year. We have our holidays, our Christmas and Hanukkah holidays. We're with our families. We've passed a lot of good legislation, and that's a job well done. A feeling of pride swells in all of our hearts that we were able to help so many American people in so many different ways and make our country and our world a better place. But it's also a moment of sadness in a certain sense for those of us who are some of our great staff members are leaving. And I have a few, and I'd like to talk about two today, two of the top people. I am blessed. I have a great staff. I know how good you all think they are, our senators, because they're always talking to my staff. And that shows the respect that they have for them and the respect I have for them as well. And one of the nice things about my staff is they're with me for many, many years. In fact, Mike Lynch, my chief in New York, in Washington, I think the best chief of the staff, chief for a leader that anyone has ever had, and Martin Brennan, my chief in Washington, have been with me virtually since I began in the Senate 24 years ago. So people stay a while, and these two have, but I'm going to miss them dearly. First, let me begin with my Director of Economic Policy, Anna Taylor. How did I meet Anna Taylor? Blanche Lampert Lincoln, senator from Arkansas, had just lost her race. And she came into my office, and we hugged and cried a little bit because she was such a great person, and we knew we'd miss her in the Senate. But she said, I want to give you a gift. And she said, Anna Taylor. Anna Taylor, that's how they say her name, is from Northeast Arkansas. They call it the rice country. That means rice. And she has been the best tax staffer, trade, economic policy on the Hill. Every senator on our side of the aisle and many on other sides of the aisle, when they have problems on tax policy, the watchword is, go to Anna. I don't know, are they here? Are they? No. Well, I hope they're listening. Anyway, go to Anna. She knows it better than anyone. And she is brilliant. She's hardworking. She takes the most complex problems and figures out how to solve them in a substantive way, but in a way that could be acceptable politically to a broad and diverse Senate. And she just knows it all. When there are these complicated economic issues that need explaining, she explains them in a way that is totally accurate and deep, but also makes us able to understand them. And, of course, she knows she's number 38 on my speed dial, on my well-known, famous or infamous, the way you look at it, flip phone. She takes my calls from about 6 in the morning till about midnight because I so depend on her. She's also such a decent person. She's amazing. She's kind. She's nice. She's caring. And she is so dedicated, let me tell you, during the IRA, one of the most important pieces of legislation passed in decades, and she more than anyone else had written the tax parts of it, trying to take the diverse views of everybody. She was having her baby, her first baby. She got married while she was working on our staff. And she had little Posey, what a nice name. She kept working. I said, Anna, don't come here. Don't get on the phone. You just became a new mama. But no, there she was, being a great mama, as well as somebody helping get us past this historic legislation. So now Anna's moving on. It'll be a little less frenetic life, and a life where she can enjoy Posey and her husband. And all of us, not just Chuck Schumer, not just all of my wonderful staff, but the whole Senate, she leaves a huge hole, a huge cavity of knowledge, of dedication, of reliance. We'll miss you, Anna, but you deserve the best, and you will always, always, always be a member of the Schumer family. And that she's not the only one who's leaving. Another great one is leaving, too, my chief counsel, and that is Reggie Babin. He, too, is from the South. This kid from southern Brooklyn is hiring a lot of Southern Americans, people from the South of the United States. Reggie's from Louisiana. He still loves LSU and many other Louisiana-type things. And he is my departing chief counsel. When I became leader, then minority leader, I needed a really good counsel. The minute I interviewed Reggie, who had worked on the House side for Cedric Richmond in the Black Caucus, I said, whoa, this guy's got it all. We got to hire him. And sure enough, my faith in that initial meeting was totally vindicated. Reggie's deep. He's a thinker. And when you have a problem, he's always turned it over 6 different ways with many different sides of the prism. He sees them all. And he's careful and he's thoughtful. I'm sort of a yes person. I like to get everything done. He's a little bit more of a no person and has stopped me from doing things that I'm glad I never did. And he's just amazing. And he's had such dedication in so many pieces of legislation that we have passed. And probably at the top of the list is judges. As Senator Durbin, the chairman of Judiciary, knows, we've appointed so many good people on the bench. And Dick and his committee did a great job, but so did Reggie Babin, who worked with the White House, who worked with the Judiciary Committee, who worked with everybody. And we have a record number of judges, and I'd say it's the finest cohort of judges that has ever come before the Senate in 2 years, and it's in good part because of Reggie. There are a couple of things that he didn't get done. His goal to help us decriminalize marijuana, one of his passions, because he had seen how badly it had hurt communities throughout the country. We came close, but we didn't make it. But Reggie, a pledge to you. We're going to continue your work and your legacy next year. You have built a great bipartisan coalition, and I believe we can get it done. So Reggie, just like Anna, we will miss you. You've left your mark on this institution, both Anna and Reggie. They both left their mark on our country. There are millions of Americans right now whose lives are better because Reggie Babin and Anna Taylor trod the halls of Congress and did great work for all of us. So I want to thank them for their sacrifice. I want to thank them for their goodwill. I want to thank them for their friendship. We got to know each other on a personal basis. And I want to say to both, you are always members of the Schumer family. We will always be in touch. We miss you, wish you Godspeed, and know you will continue to have great success with your families and making the world a better place. I yield the floor. Do not yield the floor. I have a little housekeeping business. Last bit of the season of 2022. A great year for us. Not last bit. Uh-oh. But it only lasts today, right? We don't have to do anything tomorrow. Good. Okay.
Pro forma.
Pro forma. That's excellent. All right. I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to the consideration of S-Con Res 51, which was submitted earlier today.
The clerk will report.
S-Con Res 51, providing for a correction in the enrollment of H.R. 2617.
Without objection, the Senate will proceed to the measure.
I know of no further debate.
If there's no further debate, the question is on the concurrent resolution. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The motion is agreed to.
I ask that the motion to...
The current resolution is agreed to. Thank you.
I ask that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table with no intervening action or debate.
Without objection.
Madam President, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of Calendar 310, H.R. 4373.
The clerk will report.
Calendar number 310, H.R. 4370, an act making appropriations for the Department of State, Foreign Ops, and so forth and for other purposes.
Without objection, the Senate will proceed to the measure.
I ask unanimous consent the Leahy amendment at the desk be considered and agreed to, and the bill, as amended, be considered read a third time.
Without objection.
I know of no further debate on the bill.
If there's no further debate, the question is on passage of the bill as amended. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The bill as amended is passed.
I ask that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Without objection.
Now, Madam President, I ask unanimous consent the Senate proceed to the consideration of S-Con Res 52, which was submitted earlier today.
The clerk will report.
S. Conres 52, providing for a correction in the enrollment of H.R. 4373.
Without objection, the Senate will proceed to the motion.
I know of no further debate.
If there's no further debate, the question is on the current resolution. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The current resolution is agreed to.
I ask that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table with no intervening action or debate.
Without objection.
That's it. I yield the floor and note the absence of a quorum.
The clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Baldwin.